It's an honor to be the parade marshal today for the Bantam parade and ceremonies here. Thank everyone for coming out today and joining us. It just was a natural fit that we add a veterans section to the Bantam Cemetery, and it's been received well, and thank you for your support.
When I thought about what I might say today, it is that the family, you folks here, are the core of America. And the true meaning of Memorial Day is for, as parents and leaders, to make sure that the younger generations know what it costs to make this country what it is and what it costs to make this country great. For those of you who served in combat, you know what it's like. It's clearly not what you see on TV and the movies, although the first 20 minutes of Saving Private Ryan was pretty close. When they did Band of Brothers and they showed how the soldiers live in the field between those periods of combat, that was very realistic. Your soldiers and Marines, Airmen, Navy, they do a tremendous job around the country, around the world, under very difficult conditions. It's not just those moments of battle, but it's also those moments or those days and weeks where you live sleeping on the ground, eating food out of a plastic bag. Everybody is sick. Everybody has different health issues. You still get up every morning or stay up at night and put that one foot in front of the other to continue with the mission. When the overriding factor is, I'm not going to be the one to screw up the mission for the unit, that I'm going to complete what I have to do no matter what. That's what it means to be in combat. And that transcends over to your police officers and your firemen and other public officials that you see every day. And in fact, two recent examples, teachers embody that at Newtown and in Oklahoma. To do everything they can to complete the mission, in that case to save their children and to protect their children. So that just drives home the fact that your soldiers, Marines, Airmen, Navy personnel, deployed to Coast Guard, deployed overseas, doing a mission every single day, they would not be able to do what they do. They would not be able to demonstrate the character and integrity and the moral virtue to do it if they did not grow up in the environment, in the society that you have all created here for them. That doesn't happen overnight. When those young men and women join the military services, they bring with them the core values that you teach them, that you're teaching your children by being here today. You can't teach that. You can't teach that. And to that is what you should take home from this today. The pride that you would come here today, even under less than ideal conditions, to enjoy comradeship and to pay your respect to our fallen comrades, some of whom lie here today, and some of whom are down in Arlington. I want to close with just two quick anecdotes. Number one, some of you may know there's a volunteer group here in Connecticut, the Fisher House Foundation, and they're building a VA. It's like a Ronald McDonald House. They're building it at the VA in West Haven. And this group has been working on this for 2 years. And there's been a variety of events. Almost every weekend there's some event somewhere trying to raise the necessary funds. Well, 2 years ago there was a radio telethon at the ShopRite, in the parking lot of ShopRite at West Haven. And a car pulled up and this woman got out, that we later found out, her and her daughter. And they came over looking for the director, and so they pointed her in the right direction, and she came over to talk to the director. And he greeted her and said, good afternoon, can I help you? And the next words are forever etched in his mind when she said, thank you so much, it's nice to meet you. I had 2 sons. And the story, as you might imagine, moved on. That the older boy got out of high school, joined the service, Marine Corps, went over and was killed in Iraq. The younger boy had been in Southbourne High School at the time. When he graduated, he joined, went overseas, and he was killed in Afghanistan. And then she went on to say how she had the second boy, actually, he was injured in Afghanistan, came home, survived about 2 months in a military hospital before he passed away. And so she participated, that was her experience with the Fisher House. And that's a woman in Connecticut that with that family is never going to be the same again because of the courage, integrity, and moral fiber of those young men, and that they derive from the family. They grew up in that family. That's a testament to the love and devotion of that family and the moral virtue and character that existed there. And over the course of the last 2 years, there's been hundreds and hundreds of stories like that that have come forward. And you wouldn't realize it. When you walk down the street every day, you pass people, you say hello to people. You don't really know what their background experience is and the burden that they carry because of their devotion to this country and the devotion to all of you. No one has devotion to a rock. No one has devotion to a bush or a tree. But they have a devotion to their friends and neighbors and loved ones. It's people that count. And that's why people join the service, and that's why people go into combat. They say, and I believe it to be true, I know it to be true, that in combat, after you're out there for 30 days, and they said you haven't slept indoors for 30 days, and everybody's cold, and everybody's sick. Yes, we have the Constitution and our oaths, but when your partner gets injured, when you see your friend die, that's when you get really mad and that's when you fight. And that's your devotion to your comrades and your friends, and that's devotion to your neighbors and your loved ones. What you engender from being home with your family. That's why men and women are willing to lay down everything to go off to protect this country. Politics aside, that's another issue. That's another day for other people to discuss. But once the mission is issued and men and women go off to fight, they're fighting for this country. They're fighting for all of us. And they have that moral fiber because they come from good homes and good families and good towns, just like Bantam. God bless you and God bless America.